Hi guys, it's Alexis here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're doing a full review of the new Makeup Shayla Perception palette by Colourpop. So let's get started. Makeup Shayla is a YouTuber here on YouTube. She has, I think, 500,000 subscribers, and she decided to collab with Colourpop, and this is what we got. In her actual collection, we have 2 highlighters, 3 Luxe lips, 1 gloss, 1 eyeshadow palette, and that's it, right? And that bundle was on sale for I think $59 on Colourpop website, and I decided not to get that. I only got the Perception palette, which was $23. I have one of the lipsticks, the Luxe lips, which was $7, and I have the Colourpop gloss, which was $6. So that's all I have. I did not get the highlighters because I just did not need them. I noticed that I do have a Colourpop Luster Dust at the moment, and I don't really use it, but every so often because it's so messy, and I just kind of prefer a pressed highlighter. So I didn't get that. This collection restocks on May 11th at 10 a.m. PT, which means it's 1 o'clock Eastern time. So 1 o'clock it releases again. They've restocked everything. It's sold out in what, a day or two, so I'm glad I got mine. So here is the packaging of the Perception palette. It's like the outer, what's called the unit carton or whatever, and then the back of it has the names on it, and it'll just flop right out like that. And here's the actual palette, and then here is the back, and then here are the colors. And it also comes with a full mirror. This is Colourpop 16 pan eyeshadows here. Normal palettes are like this one, the 12 pan palette, and this is the Rosa palette, the Karuchi collab. And here, like how they look there. They're sold for $16, and this one was sold for $23. But also, if you have the All I See Is Magic palette, which is the holiday palette, this one was 15 pans, and this one was also $20. So I'm not too like upset about the price of this being 23 because this one was 20. You get 15 shades and it doesn't have a mirror, compared to this one you have 16 shades, so you're paying for that extra shade, and it has a full mirror here, so it's probably another $1. And then you're paying for Shayla's name, and then the names are on the actual palette, so you're paying for those little extras, and I don't mind paying. I think it's kind of okay for the $3 price jump, because I can see it because I have this one for $20 and $3 more. I get a little bit more things going on in this palette, so I understand the price. So the actual palette, I love the colors. I truly do. When I saw it posted, I was completely interested in it. It was something that I was kind of wanting. Like, I want something where it's like warm colors, but also like pops of color. And this doesn't have that pop of color effect, you know? Like, if I cover up this blue, there's still like a green there. If I color up that green, it's still a pink. It's still so many colors that are not just that one added pop of color to a basic palette. And that's why I enjoyed this palette. That's why I purchased it. I also wanted to support Makeup Shayla, because in order to get companies to listen to you, if you want more people to be in collaboration, you have to support these, because the only reason companies ever can know or care to listen is with your wallet. And I decided to make this purchase, but I also enjoy it, so I'm glad I bought it anyway. I would have bought it if it didn't have Makeup Shayla's name attached to it. Now let's get into some swatches. We're going to do some arm swatches first. Do some arm swatches where I do the brush kind of swatch. We're going to do a finger swatch first, and we're going to use this kind of brush for the shade, and we're going to use this brush dry, and then we're going to go in with this kind of brush, like a shader brush where the shimmer is wet. And I have a little color switch here, so I can switch the colors so they don't mix. So we're going to go in like rose, like that too. So for Culture, since it's a matte, I'm not going to use like the flat brush. I'm going to use a crease brush, and that's how Culture looks. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 dips of it on the brush, and that's Culture on my arm. It really doesn't show up that much. So let's go on to the tutorials that I did with all the looks. I did 3 tutorials since I had this palette. I actually did 2 more that I didn't record because it was just me using it. The first look I did, I used the shade Culture in my crease. Didn't show up because it's the same skin tone as me. Then I took Thick in my crease as well. And that was the day I found out that it will fade throughout the day. If you wear that shade, it will fade. And then after that, I went in with IE. That's that olive green color all over my lid. Beautiful color. I use it wet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that was a look for that day. Simple as that. I ended up going back in later with Revenge. And so that was that look for that day. Then I also went back in later and put 14 under my lower lash line. I didn't like it that much because I did kind of messed up. So I didn't like that look. It was my favorite look with this palette, but that's because of me, like my skill set isn't always there. And then the next look I used was a simple look. I was going to the IRS office that day because I had to get some things from school and I did a very, very simple look. I used 2 shades and it was a bomb. I used Revenge and Stretton Slay, and that was it. I put Stretton Slay in my crease. I put Revenge on my lid. I used a little bit of setting spray, not a lot at all, just like a really, really, like, not even like wet, just like one spray, and whatever caught it. Beautiful look. Throughout the day, like I said, the shimmers will transfer to your upper eyelid area, so be cautious of that. But that was my experience with it. I thought it was beautiful. Cool, like really, really summery, really, really simple, pretty like soft look. I liked it. I felt like a little girl again. I felt really young. And then the last look I did was my favorite look out of the 3. It was the look I did on Tuesday. It was when I used the blue shade. So this look, I went in with the color Thick first in my crease. I didn't even try to mess with Culture because I knew at this point it's just not going to work for me. I went in with Thick in my crease. Then I went with Play It Out also in my crease, blending that out. And then I decided to cut my crease. I'm not the best crease cutter. I just saw Shayla do it and I tried to like mimic her thing because she knew how to use them best. So I did a cut crease and I put 14 wet all over my lid. Beautiful, beautiful. I ended up going right back in with that shade Played Out in like my outer kind of area of my eye, and then I went in with Stallion as well in my outer area of my eye and blended that in to give like a dark kind of smoky blue-ish eye. Loved it. I really loved it. And I went back in with Stallion and 14 under my lower lash line, and that was it. And then I went in with I want to say Stretton Slay, or no, it was Spill the Tea in my inner corner, and that was it for the eye looks. God, I loved it. Now let's go into the lipsticks and the gloss that I have. I like these a lot. So the Luxe lipstick came in this kind of tube here, like this kind of unicarton, and it has all the information on it, and it says give me some lip on the side. I thought it was kind of cute. Yeah. It looks like the standard Colourpop Luxe lips like this. They don't have any kind of special packaging other than the outer packaging, which I don't care less about. Now with 3 shades, which was Ooh, I didn't want that one. It was Come On Sis and then Quickie, and I got Quickie. This is what Quickie looks like here. I personally thought Quickie was going to look just like Appy, which is one of my kind of favorites. I was like, I hope it doesn't look the same. And they kind of do, but they kind of don't. Like they're close, but they're Like you see, okay, now on camera they look very different. Okay, good, good. But in real life they kind of look really close, but as you can see, they're very different. So if you're wondering if Quickie and Appy were close, they're not. I thought they were, but maybe nobody else cares but me. Swatch Quickie really quickly. Quickie really quickly. That's Quickie swatch, just like really pinked. This is Appy swatched, if you, like I said, if you even cared. They're also pink, but Appy's a deeper kind of pink, like a, you know what I'm saying. I'll have them right there so you can see. Okay, got the lip gloss, which was Neat Freak, and it's the like the outer unit carton thing that came in, the unit carton thing. Yeah. Gloss looks like here. So I like this gloss. I used it today, as you can see on my lips. I used the color Quickie without a liner today. Normally I always wear it with a liner, but I want to show you guys how it looks without a liner really quickly, and how I would wear it without a liner. So I would just do this, and that would be it. I wouldn't add anything else to it because I'm not wearing a liner. And I don't add a lot because it can get really ashy on you really quickly, which it kind of already is a little ashy on me, but we're going to add the gloss Neat Freak on top, so kind of mute it down again. Normally what I would do, I would take a liner, or if you don't even have a liner, you can just use a deeper lipstick. That's what I do sometimes if I don't have a liner or don't feel like using one. I'll just take this kind of lipstick, like a brown, and just kind of line it with the edge of it. Just line it like that. Put the gloss on, put the lip on, and just rub the lips together, and that's that. I'll swatch Neat Freak here. That's Neat Freak swatched. And it looks like this on my lip. Okay, here we go. And voila. Okay, so now we're done. If you have other Colourpop glosses, you're gonna kind of hate Neat Freak when you first get it, like I did. Because when I first got it, she was stiff, okay? She didn't have no type of fluff to her. I couldn't get enough product out. And I'll have a clip of when I first got it, how dry the wand was compared to a Colourpop lipstick. That gloss, that the wand is like coated. That was a problem I had. I think the stopper in here maybe was like taking too much product out. But once you use it a lot, and once you kind of do this swirl motion in it, it'll moisturize itself. Hope I'm saying that correctly, because when I first used it, it was so hard to use. So yeah, so since I did not get her highlighters, I actually decided to do use her eyeshadow as a highlighter. I use the color Spill the Tea, and I use it all like here, and I use the brush, and I'll have the clip of me using it. I'm going to use the color, I think it's Spill the Tea, this shade here. I'm going to use it as a highlighter. So first I'm going to take it and put it in my inner corner. All right, so there it is right there. Cute. And now I'm gonna use it as a highlighter because I've seen people do that, and I was like, let's try it as that. I want to take this little e.l.f. kind of highlighting brush and see how much I can pick up with Spill. So this is Spill the Tea, and let's see. Oh, since I did not buy the ones you came with, I'm going to make my own highlighter using this. And it's pretty though. Pretty. Love it. I just love it. That's so cute. I love when you could do that with the palette. It's as a highlighter. It looks really good as a highlighter, so I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this palette. I really like it. We'll talk about the pros and cons really quickly. One of the pros for me was the color selection of this palette. I love them. I love all the colors here. I will accept Unbothered, but they all serve a purpose. You can create so many looks with this color scheme. It's just so fun. I just really do enjoy it. I'm glad I bought it. Another thing I like about it is the quality. I have like what, 4 Colourpop shadows? I have 5, and now my new favorite one is definitely the Makeup Shayla palette. So yeah, the quality is great. Colourpop has really good quality shadows anyway, so I wasn't expecting it, especially for the price. They're really good. I recommend you try them out if you haven't already, especially when they have like the sales and stuff. Pick one up when they're like 20% off or they have free shipping. Take advantage of that and pick a palette up, excuse me. Next is the price. For me, the price of $23 is fair. I'm not mad about it. Like, I can't stand when people jack up their price like they did with the Colourpop X Sephora, I hate it that they just check the price out for no reason to me. This one, I understand it. It makes sense. I'm getting a palette with a mirror with the names on the front with extra shades. I paid $20 for the All Seas Magic. This one's $23. I'm paying for the mirror, the collab, and the names and the extra shade. I see the price jump. It makes sense to me. And so the price for me is something that I can agree with. I think it's fair and I have no problem with it. I think that all the shadows blend together fine. None of the shadows go muddy on me, and that's a great bonus when shadows don't go muddy, because sometimes if you start mixing a lot of shades together, they'll just like a muddy mess with any palette. But this palette doesn't do that, which I liked. A con for me is that this palette has a ton of shimmers. That's a personal preference for me, just a ton of shimmers in there. You only have 4 mattes. That's it. You have 4 mattes. I would consider styling a matte, but it's really just a black, and it's just a black. And then shade is also, I mean, you consider a matte, but it's not really a matte. So you really have to look at 5 mattes, these 4, and then styling, which is a black. Oh, sorry, these 4 and then styling, which is a black there. But everything else is shimmers. So the kind of pro with the con is that you have a lot of shimmers, yes, but you can do so many different looks where people would know you're using the same palette. Each day you can do the same look. You can go in with Culture, Thick, or Revenge in your crease, and then put whatever shimmer shade on your lid, and then you have a whole new look that day. So I can use Sassy one day, I can use September one day, I can use TF, I can use Diva, and they all look like different looks. So that's a pro and a con. It's just a lot of shimmers. And another con for me is I don't like Colourpop shimmers. I've said this in a lot of videos with all of these palettes. They all have the same type of situation where if you put them on wet, sometimes they'll start to crumble up and build. If you ever had a Colourpop shadow shimmer, you might can speak to, I don't know, but to me they always crumble up and they'll start to build in areas where I don't like them to build up. So it's weird, but that's a con that I have. But a lot of these shadows don't do that. Definitely 14 did not do that at all, I can tell you that. It did not clutch up and build up in my face. It didn't do that. Another kind of complaint, if you care, is fallout. The fallout is definitely real here. You're gonna get fallout. She even said that in her video that you will get fallout. The best trick to that is to put powder on, or to do your makeup, do your eyes for your foundation, or my trick for the shimmers is just to wet them. When you wet them, you get no fallout. When you have them dry, there's a ton of fallout. If you don't have anything for them to stick to, they will be all over your face. So that's a con in a sense. It doesn't bother me because I know how to work around it, but if you can't take like shimmers or palettes like that, you are not gonna like, you're gonna have a little issue with this. Sassy though has a ton of fallout in the pan when you tap your brush in there. It's crazy. A lot of them do that where you tap it and they have a little powder in them, but I kind of like that because I want them to be too stiff either. So I mean, give or take. So then the other con would be the colors fade. Like I said in the video, they will fade. After a certain amount of time, they will fade away and then they will start to transfer a lot. So yeah, for 23 bucks, I'm not mad at it. It's really affordable and I enjoy using it. I tend to use it when I wasn't even filming. I still picked it up and used it, so it's a good sign that I enjoy it. I enjoy Colourpop shadows, so also that's me as well. So yeah, overall to me, if you're asking me if this is a good buy or you should buy it when it restocks on Friday or the 11th, yes, I think so. I would buy it again. I like it. I've been using it numerous times. You can get a lot of beautiful looks with this palette. It's a great price. If you're wondering if you actually get a use out of it, you will. You will like it. I told you all the problems that I had with it. So if those problems matter to you, then that I just gave them all to you. Those things that I experienced, I tried to be like as like thorough as possible. I don't want to leave anything out. I know someone's gonna be like, oh, you're just so nitpicky, but I'm trying to be as detailed and give you as much of like a review of things that you might notice as possible. Some things don't bother me, but I want to mention them if they bother you. So yeah, and I recommend these two as well. I enjoy them. They look really good on my lips. I like it. I've used it. Each video I've posted, I've used these lips combos, so it's going great for me actually. And then one day I used it with the Alexis Ashley gloss and I still loved it. I just had a good experience with this stuff. I feel like all this was a good buy for me. I like everything in this collection. I hope that this was helpful to you. If it was helpful at all, if I was very detailed or anything. Tell me what I could change, what I could add, what I could do better at. Let me know what you guys would like to hear about me. If you, like I said, if you thought I was being really negative, I apologize, or really picky. I just tried to be as detailed as possible, because when I like to watch reviews, I want you to tell me everything. Especially if I'm skeptical about it. Tell me everything you know. Whatever happened, if it dropped and a little bit came up, let me know, you know? So yeah. Sorry about that. I wanted to do like a really detailed review, because there's so many first impressions out there that I kind of was like, you know what, I need to do a review, because everybody else did the same thing. They got it the first day, did an eye look with it, and then that's it. And they posted a video. Do a little bit more to it, or at least come back later and do it, but do a review. You have the time. I personally have the time to sit here and wear the same palette for a whole week and get a good review out for you guys. So that's what I did, and hope it was worth it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Whew, I can't even talk. You already got the whole bundle. Okay, so let's start off with like the basics. Makeup Shayla decided to come out with, so that's it. Oh, that's it. And then one gloss. I'm sorry if I said that. So, and one gloss as well. So here's the packaging of it. Okay, so here's the packaging of it. So here's the perception palette. And then you take the little thing out. No, flop. Shayla, so this is the Perception Palette Makeup Shayla. It is, what is it? So this is a 16 pan eyeshadow palette from Colourpop. They came out, their normal they normally come out with 12 pans, which are these right here, the little one. This is the She palette by, oh no it's not, it's called the Femrosa palette. They're so stupid with these stupid names. Like the Yes Please is called QAF, is stupid. But, so, hello? Hey, I'm filming a video. Can I call you back? You don't care about us. Thank you. She hung up on me. She's so mean. I tried to make her feel guilty. She didn't care. So yeah, I did 3 tutorials today. I did on Thursday the lipstick. So it's like the tube. It looks like the standard Colourpop Lux. So when I first got this shade, I was kind of scared. So now if you have a Colourpop lipstick, you probably will kind of hate if you have I think I just have no. Okay, cool. Also, another thing that I thought was kind of stupid about this palette is that the color names are on the actual palette here, as you can see, but they're also on the back. I mean, why would you? I don't know, maybe if you're like doing a tutorial and you're like just doing that and you want to just read it that quickly, maybe. But like if you have it already on the thing, why wouldn't you just say it? I guess maybe Colourpop, they're known for doing this, so they just automatically did it, but then she wanted it on the front, so that's why they changed it. I don't know. It's weird to me, but that's what they did. So, funny thing.